Hello everybody and welcome to another installment of our JavaFX tutorials. Today we're going to round out the To-Do app with the ability to edit things, actions I guess, or tasks rather. We're going to edit tasks that we have already inserted into our application. So again, as I've done the last couple of times, I have gone ahead and implemented this, and right now I'm going to show you what exactly I'm talking about and how we're going to accomplish this. Okay, so if you recall, last time we had, we could select something, we could see the notes for it, and again, see that's the notes for the DB, okay, and then we could go back. We could sort it as well. I guess we better insert some stuff. Hold on, insert here. Just say, here, a great note to leave, don't forget, so helpful. Okay, let's see. 8 here. I know you guys are getting up at 8 a.m. so let's do that. Okay, right. So we can sort it, etc. This we covered last time, and also we have this notes thing. We have this complete thing, which will just delete an entry. Here, I'll add one more just to stuff. Just put some garbage there. This is just for simulation's sake. Make it PM. Here, we'll insert one more. And then put some garbage there. Right, so we can sort, etc. We can kind of deal with that. We can also delete one, right? So here I'm going to just do that. That gets rid of it. It's as if we've completed that task. We would then want to delete it. And I've added this back button here. I've just added it to what we already have, just to go back to the previous page. We've been using the same code that we're using to change between scenes. I just put in this back button to go back to the home page. Okay, but the main thing of note is this edit that we're going to allow. The edit is going to pull up all this stuff, what we've already entered in. It's going to allow us to change it and then save it. So let's say, oh, it's actually 7, not 3 a.m. Duh. Hit done. We view the task, and as we can see, it's updated. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this. We're going to use, if you recall last time, we had where if we click notes, the next page is preloaded with data from the previous page. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here, right? Because that makes sense for our edit page to already have data from the database and from the previous page, because it's only on the previous page that we know which one they selected. So we need to grab something from this page and then propagate that to the next page. So we're going to do that. We've already done that with notes, and now we're going to do it with edit. If you recall last time, how we did it was for our notes. Let me just open that. We created a function that you could call before revealing the notes screen. So we created a function, and then we just used data from our current controller and just called that function, then showed the scene on the stage. And we're going to do the exact same thing here for our editing. But unlike last time, see here with notes we created a whole new page. This time we already have an insert UI, so we're going to load up that same UI and just call some functions for it. So that means then that I must have added some functions to the insert page controller, which I in fact did. Okay. Here I have several different calls here. Set title, because right when we load up the thing we're going to need to set the title. So here we have title text, a private instance variable, or not instance variable, a private variable up top that I created, and we're going to edit that. Same with location, same with notes. The date picker also, we have to where you pass the year, month, and day. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab from the database the timing field, and then we're going to break it up into substrings that we pass. Okay. Then we have the hour, menu button, minute, and AM, PM. We have a way of setting all these. We have all these setters, and then before we load the scene into the stage, we are going to call all of these functions to prepare the scene to have all the right values in it. Okay, so I've created all these things. I have all these instance variables up here. Okay, keep in mind, and we have to think what triggers us to go to the next page. It's when we hold on. It's when we hit edit. So go to edit, there's edit button action, okay? So let me go to the view page controller and go to edit button action. Just find this. Here we go. Okay, changing to notes. Well, it's not true actually. Here, let's just go ahead and delete that. Delete this as well. I assume there was some copying and pasting or something going on. Okay, so I created various strings here that I'm going to fill in when I query the database, such that I can then call functions using these strings. Okay, there's a lot of strings here. I'm not going to go over what each one is. This code will be made available so you guys can check it out. Okay, now we're going to access the database as we often do, using a lot of the same stuff. Connection, we create a connection, a statement, driver manager, etc. Okay, then we're going to get the selected item of the list view. So a good example is now this thing called ham is what is selected. Right here, yay last, the thing with the title yay last is now selected, etc. Okay, so we grab the selected item, change it to a string, and then we create a SQL statement where we parse the string, see, because this is a tab separated string, and we parse it to grab just this last piece. We actually did this earlier in the program, but we grab just this last piece. So I get up to the last tab, then I go one past that, and then I just grab everything to the end. Okay, and we're going to select everything from our table where the timing is equal to the selected item. So we're just going to grab this whole entry, including notes. Okay, we're grabbing this whole entry, and then we're going to, here I just break up. So we have all the entries here. We have a result set, okay, that we're filling it in. We always have a result set that we're filling it in. And now I already know the text for the time based off what I selected. I can actually go ahead and grab the time text right now. In fact, I mean, this is what that is. I already did select just the time text. And here we have this string time text equal to that, okay? And then I break it up into year, month, day, hour, and minute as per our formatting, right? Remember how I said 0 to 3? Here, let me just pull this up. 0 to 3 of this substring is going to be the year. And then I know, let's see, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know 5 and 6, index numbers 5 and 6 are the month, and then the day, etc. I have a very specific formatting that I substring on purpose such that I then get the time text of the year, time text for the month, time text for the day, hour, and minute. Okay, so that's all selected. And then we go through our result set and we set the title equal to the value, location equal to the value, notes equal to the value. So we grab all the values out of that entry in the database, essentially, right? And then what we do is we grab the insert page. This is the insert page, remember. We're grabbing the insert page, and just like we did last time with the notes, we're going to instantiate it. We're going to change scenes a little differently than we normally do. Like last time, from our view page controller, we changed to the notes page a little differently than we normally do. We didn't do our parents thing. Instead, we did this stuff with the loader. Add the scene to the pane via the loader, and then grab the controller from the loader. This is a key thing. We grab the controller of that page, and then we call functions. We just call functions that we've already set up in the controller for that page. So here I have set notes, and then I set it equal to notes text. I already collected the notes text out of what we just queried, okay? And then likewise for title, location, I already created a function for date picker where it takes the year, month, and day. We've parsed that out and are able to do that, okay? And then here if you recall, we added 12 to something if they checked PM, but here here's where we check if it's a PM, and if so, we then set AM, PM to PM, okay? And then we set the hour menu to the right number. So let's say it's 13, for example. So we set AM PM menu button to PM, and then we set the hour menu button to 13 minus 12. See, that's what this line's doing. So now it's 1. So 1 PM is the same as 13, right? So here we're just doing that conversion, okay? And then otherwise we don't have to worry about conversion. And then we set the menu button to the correct thing. Now, a last bit I've added here is we actually delete the task that was selected before we changed the scene. You might say, why are we deleting it? We're about to edit it. Well, there's a few ways that we can handle editing something in our database. We can either use an update statement. It's a SQL statement that is, it's one of the main ones you can use. Update based on certain criterion. But I have chosen this time to simply delete and then just reinsert in a new entry, to whatever they changed it to. This might not be the most efficient implementation. It's just what I've done in this case. If it was a production kind of application, it might be that you did not do that. Okay, so we delete the task, which is my choice. So here I'm just going to say my choice of implementation. Okay. Part of the reason I chose this is that we've already coded for our insert page such that it inserts into the database, okay, not such that it updates. And if I were to have it where it's updating instead of deleting then reinserting, I would have to have some code that A, is cognizant of the fact that we're accessing the insert page via edit, that is, that we're getting it from here as opposed to from just normal here, right? Like here, they both pull up the same thing. So I need to be able to tell that I'm getting there from the right place. The point is I would just have to do more work. I would have to do more work here. So it's a lazy implementation. It might not actually be a good implementation. So I delete it, and then we just show the insert page, and then they do whatever they need to do, and then they hit enter again, and then it's right back. Okay, so the resulting behavior is it's about as you would expect. I mean, I've shown it a few times now. They edit it however they need. See, right now this is deleted. Right now it's not in the database because that's how I chose to implement it. It's not there. Then we hit enter. We reinsert it. There it is. Now it's back in. So that is how we're able to edit tasks. Again, similar to the notes, what we're doing is we're passing data from one scene to another. It's a very important thing to be able to do. In my case, how I did it is by calling functions previous to loading the scene to the stage. So with that in mind, now it's a very primitive app, but in the same way, simultaneously, it's also somewhat powerful. I mean, you could see how with a lot of polish and a lot of kind of error checking, making sure people don't put in null and things like this, and maybe a little more features, this could be an app, for example, that could actually be deployed for people to use, with a lot of polish and maybe some more features. We've learned a lot of different things about JavaFX here, and essentially this is as far as I'm going to go with this app, and in the next video I'm probably going to talk about how we can kind of polish it up, clean it up, and make it a little more really production ready, quote unquote. But for now, we have essentially completed the content of our tutorial. So thanks for coming along, and make sure to stop by for next video though, because we're going to kind of wrap everything up. All right, see you.